Hey YouTube, this is Sharpn'd Blades and I have a review for you guys today. This is for the Spyderco SpydieChef. I know I'm a little Johnny come lately to the party, but I did just get this a few weeks ago, and I've been carrying it around and using it, and I wanted to share my opinion with you guys. Alright, and here it is. This is designed by knife maker Sleeves. This is his third knife, I believe, that he made with Spyderco. The first one was the Techno. The second one was the Slice Bowie, however you pronounce his last name. And this is the SpydieChef. First, I'm going to start with some size comparisons, and I pulled out some more popular knives that many of you may own or at least have a good idea of what they look like. So first up is the Benchmade 940. If you can see, they're about the same size. This is a much larger blade. Next is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. PM2 might be a little longer than it. Next is the ZT 0450 and the Spyderco Delica 4. Alright. Alright, so the specs on the knife, blade length is 3.32 inches. The cutting edge is measured at about 3.31 inches. Close length is 4.46 inches, or about 4.5. Overall length is about 7.78. The blade thickness is about 11 thousandths. Blade material is LC200N. Blade grind is full flat, and it's a plain edge with a modified drop point. I'm kind of calling this a sheep's foot, but it's listed as a modified drop point. So, handle, full titanium, frame lock, deep carry wire pocket clip for a tip up left hand, right hand only. And the weight on this guy, about 3.7 ounces. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Alright, so first thing I'll talk about is how it feels in the hand. I actually love the ergos on this. There's no rough edges. Everything is chamfered. No hot spots to speak of. I think that's more of a design element, and as far as fit and finish, whether edges are chamfered off or what have you. But it feels real good in the hand. Even when I squeeze on it really tight, you do get a little, I guess, a hot spot right here, but that's only when I squeeze really tight. And for the most part, this is reminiscent to a chef's knife. So a lot of times when I'm cutting, I'm probably just going to pinch the blade from here. But I really love that design. I love the blade shape. I'm a big fan of belly. Not so much when it comes to sharpening, but as far as usability and what I typically use my E.D.C knives for. Now getting to the blade steel, LC200N is not a steel that I'm familiar with, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. I did some more specific cuts just for this video. I wouldn't even call them cut tests, but I will roll in the footage where I sliced up an apple, cut some cardboard, and after that I still cut some paper. And this knife is extremely sharp right out of the box. Let me see. I'm trying to actually find something about this knife that I do not like, and I'm having a hard time doing so. Like I said, there's no quality issues here. right out of the box, the action wasn't that smooth. I think I touched on that in my first impressions. But after, I think I put a dab of oil on the detent ball, and just after working it, opening it, closing it, flicking it, which you can kind of do from the lock bar side, it did smoothen up a lot. I am going to take this thing apart and just polish it, clean it out, and you know, lube the workings. But yeah, I can't really find a bad thing to say about this. I guess if you wanted to say price, but price is really relative. A couple years ago, I wouldn't spend $200 on a knife, and it didn't matter how good it was. But that about wraps this review up. Final thoughts: if I was in the market for an E.D.C knife, which I always am, I would totally buy it. I can't point out any flaws. Maybe when I open it up, and I might see a flaw or two there, but yeah, I mean, on the surface, no, I got nothing. The action wasn't as smooth right out of the box, but it smoothened up really good. It just hits all my my checks basically. Blade shape, ergonomics, sharpness, fidgetability basically. Like, I could do this all day. Yeah, it checks all my boxes. So, well, I'm gonna end that one here. Guys, I do have an Instagram page. Would you go check it out and give me a follow? It's Sharpn'd Blades. I think the link is on my channel page. And I'll see you guys on the next one.